Hey there guys, I am the Six Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer Sunday preview. It is time for the Great Green Tide, yet again, after the release of the Orc Codex earlier this year, and I think we all knew that there would be some more rules coming for them in this new Octarius campaign, and although Book 1 was focused on the forces of the Tyranids, it does look as though the Greenskins are getting a whole lot of love in Book 2. And in a surprisingly quick turnaround, considering Book 1 only came out, 2 or 3 weeks ago, Book 2 of the Octarius campaign is going up for pre-order next weekend. And in this book, it does seem as though there is going to be a whole load of cool rules and exciting new abilities, not just for the Orcs, but also for the Crusade system as well. So Book 2, as you can see, looks set to contain a brand new supplement for the sneaky gits of the Blood Axes, a culture which I think is a tad underrated in the new Orc Codex actually, and which is quite surprising, to be honest. I was really expecting this supplement to be for the Snakebites or the Goths, as in my opinion they are arguably the two biggest clans on the scene at the moment, with the new Beastnaggers and also the Goths being sort of the biggest Ultramarine style faction for the Orcs. But no, it is the Blood Axes which are getting some love, and it is a very nice welcome surprise. As per the previous supplements, this should come along with some new relics, some new stratagems and some new abilities to help make the most of the Blood Axes units, which mainly consist of things like the sneaky commandos. So I guess in a way, the fact that the Octarius Kill Team came out with that new set of commandos that's probably why they're doing Blood Axes, because they want people to buy loads of those commandos. But in either case, it's nice to see a new, somewhat underrepresented culture get some love. And on top of that, much like we have seen in the other campaign books, there is also a brand new Army of Renown coming, and this one is again for the Orcs, but instead of the Blood Axes, this one is focused on the mighty Speed Freaks. So all of you fans of bikes and buggies and moving really fast across the tabletop, there should be a lot to look forward to with this Army of Renown. I will say, just right off the bat, in relation to this Army of Renown, I personally think buggies may be getting a bit of a points increase in the upcoming chapter approved, because they are arguably a little bit too powerful at the moment, winning that GT recently by completely tabling a Drukhari player turn 1 is definitely going to be drawing GW's attention, so I think the nerf bat may well be coming for them. But even if the buggies do get a bit of a nerf, I think this will still be a really fun way to do a full-on Speed Freaks list. I would expect it to have some kind of restriction along the lines of no units on foot. I think that is actually quite reasonable, so if you want to run this Army of Renown, either everything has to be a bike or a buggy or mounted in a vehicle of some sort, so a truck or a battle wagon kind of thing. So just so everything in your army is moving around really fast. And to be honest, I'm kind of cool with that. I actually do think that is a really neat, cool idea for an orc force. Just this huge Mad Max style cloud of dust behind your entire army, which is mounted up and just riding around the battlefield, killing everything in sight. So I am really excited to see just what rules and abilities and restrictions this Army of Renown brings with it. On top of that, the book also looks set to contain some index rules for rogue trader crews, which is massively surprising. I really was not expecting that at all, but it might be really interesting if you wanted to maybe do some small Crusade style force of a rogue trader and his crew investigating the Octarius system and, trying to find some hidden artifacts and secret hoards of wealth right under the Greenskins' noses. And then on top of that, not content to just give some new toys to the Orcs and the Rogue Traders, it seems that Book 2, Critical Mass, is also bringing a load of new updates to Crusade. And in particular, a campaign system that sounds really cool and allows you to do big legendary missions, as well as having these amazing sounding branching campaigns. So if you lose a battle, you go into one mission. If you win a battle, you go into another, which, as someone that writes a lot of narrative campaigns personally, I really am looking forward to seeing. What is possibly most exciting about these new Crusade rules though, as an Orc player, is there are going to be some rules for looted vehicles as well. And yes, you heard me right, looted vehicles are making a return for the Orcs. And they mention rhinos specifically, but I really hope we will see some looted Leman Russias, some looted Predators, and maybe even some other Xenos faction tanks like the Devilfish or the Wave Serpents crudely assembled to join the armory of the Orcs. And then on top of that, because we are not finished yet, there is yet another set of rules and missions for Crusade, this time in a separate book which is also available for pre-order next weekend, and that is called Catastrophe. And I personally think these sound really fun to play. As someone that does mainly play Crusade in 9th edition, I am really excited with the amount of sort of focus and expansions and updated rules that they are doing for the system. It's really fun, and if you haven't tried it, you really should, because it's, in my opinion, the best way to play 9th edition. But this new book brings with it a new system called Treachery and Honor, which I think for the first time really allows you to set up some multiplayer games of 40k. So presumably there will be some way of, helping your allies or backstabbing them when they least expect it so you can win the game. And I think as an Orc player, as a Crusade player, and as a Blood Axe Orc player, this really does appeal to me on every single level. The book also states that, as you would expect, there are a load of new stratagems and traits and agendas and 21 new missions, so there will hopefully be a load to explore and try out and test as we get this book, so it does sound like it's gonna be worth the money, I think. And on top of that, there is a new Underdog System as well, which I think is aimed at helping people that maybe are falling behind in their Crusade games and they've lost a few, so their opponent has got a load of experience and is sort of leveling up ahead of them, and this allows you to sort of grasp victory from the jaws of defeat. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, and hopefully it will be something better than just, you get an extra few command points if you're losing the game or whatever. I hope there is actually some sort of mechanical change that allows you to sort of try and grasp that victory when your opponent thinks they've already won. I have to say, I think this sounds like a really cool campaign book, and also really interesting Crusade updates, so I am really looking forward to seeing some more information about the pre-orders for next week, and hopefully as we go through this coming week we will see some previews for the new abilities for the Army of Renown and the supplement for the Blood Axes, as well as some more of these Crusade specific rules. So I am really hyped to see just what we will be getting. But what did you think of this Sunday preview? Are you excited to start a rogue trader army with this new index, or are the Catastrophe Crusade missions piquing your interest? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.